I should be live. I should be live. I will wait and see if somebody joins in. Test this. Test. Yay. Oh, Shimjo, hello. Sagar, hi. Wow, you guys joined awfully quick. I wasn't expecting people so fast. Today is your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Shimjo. Cash, hello. How's it going? How's everybody doing today? I know it's not my normal Friday, but I wasn't able to do it last Friday, so since I had today kind of off, I wasn't working the second job, I was able to do it tonight, but it was still not last minute, but I didn't have much time to prepare, so Ashwin. Sagar, I'm always waiting for your videos, so I join quickly. So yeah, I like that answer. I like it. That's awesome. Which hair gel do you use, mate? Your hair looks nice and glossy. Well, it's glossy because it's a little wet. But I use a, it's like Pantene mousse. I don't use a gel though. So like when it dries, it doesn't look so glossy. Hello, everybody. Nearly A. A lot of people tend to like that. You know, the funny thing is, the reason I started saying that is I didn't know how to start my videos when I first started on YouTube. I was like, what do I do to start the video? And like I was like thinking, should I just say hi, or you know, it's a little weird and awkward to start a video. So you'll see a lot of people do different things, and I think in my first few videos I would just go, hey everybody. You know, it was very simple. But it was a way of me knowing the timing of when the video started. And then it kind of evolved into that, hello, everybody. I don't know why. It just eventually did. But people like it, so that's cool. Sky, how's it going? How's the new channel? For those of you who don't know, Sky, her channel got just hit with a bunch of strikes and they took it down. It was a very shitty time period. And she finally got her other channel up. How's the new channel going? How's the growth? You know, Sky, I gotta get you on my Creator Spotlight series. I need to do an interview with you. Shreyas, hello. So we need to schedule a Skype interview for you, Sky. I told you when we got the new channel that we would do some promotion so people can know where the new place is. It's going well, thanks for asking. Of course, I like to support my fellow reactors, especially the really nice people that I get along with. And we, you, me, and Vicky and Sergeant Rocco and a bunch of other people, we all have some great Twitter conversations, or more like GIF attacks, not attacks, but we just basically go back and forth on GIFs half the time. But it's, you know, I like to support nice people that do good stuff, so Yeah, we need to do a collab. I'll hit you up on Twitter later and we'll schedule a time. I'm trying to schedule a couple of interviews right now because I want to do more with those creator spotlights. Sashin, it's become like a daily wish between me and a colleague at a workplace. Also wave in a circular motion. I think I missed part of that conversation, Sashin. I'm not sure if I missed like the first part of what you said. Yeah, Vicky is also a good reviewer. I like her too. Yeah, GIF attacks, I guess, would be pretty accurate. Sometimes. Other times, it's more of like a competition. We see a GIF from one of us and we're like, oh, I can do better than that. Or if I'm at my computer, I'll just create my own GIFs and send them up. Pranav, how's it going? Is there any kind of study of camera and angles, or do you work on it? No. It's kind of weird. I've never been trained or went to school for film, or I don't teach anything. I've just always been a fan of movies, and I love behind-the-scenes stuff, and I kind of have an engineer's mind. I like to figure out how things work, and so a lot of times I just end up trying to find out how they did what they did. And I have just years and years and years of built up information from that. So in a way you can say I'm self-taught. But I'm not always right. It's more of what I think. A lot of times if I haven't seen a certain camera angle, I'm like trying to guess how they pulled it off, and I try and say that, where I say like, I think they did this, and I could be wrong, which, you know, someone could set me straight, and that's great. I have no problem admitting if I'm wrong on something, but a lot of the stuff that I talk about is things that I've seen in special features, like behind the scenes stuff, or seeing just how things are made. Just a lot of from random places that I gather this information. But no, I've never been to a film school. My courses, my line of study in school wasn't film. It was more tech. I was a computer tech for a long time. I hated it, and then started doing other things like real estate. But the real estate market shifted, and now that doesn't have work in it. So, I don't really know what I'm going to do right now. I've got a second job at a retail store just to pay bills, and I'm kind of testing the waters in a bunch of different places and seeing which one says, come and do this job. Ashwin. I have less number of movie and trailer releases due to IPL. What is IPL? Oh, we will have less. Okay, sorry, I must have read that wrong. We will have a less number of movie and trailer releases. But what is IPL? Sagar, do I really like movies with song and dances? Indian? Yeah, I do. The masala, well, like most of them are in masala style films, that genre. What I appreciate about that genre is it's unique. You know, we don't have that genre in the United States. It's a different genre. And I believe all genres should be able to, you know, thrive on their own. And so there's a place for it. But I do think there's good ways and bad ways of doing it. And if you've seen some of my reviews of masala films or films that have song and dance in them, I talk about things that I prefer. Like, I don't like it when they make a music video and then try to fit it in the movie later, because it shows poor planning and it doesn't flow with the story. It's very disconjointed and it like pulls you out. So I like it when the song and dance takes place on the set or during the location shot of whatever they're doing, so that you get a nice visual flow into the music dance, just like a regular musical that you would see in the United States from back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. All of those musicals, they would take place with the characters on location during the moment of what they're doing. And then I like the I like the music to flow into the scene and take place during the scene. So like the lyrics and the type of song and everything like that is relevant to what's going on. It's not just a pop music video. So like if you saw my Padmavat review, I think Binta Dil was a good song and it's a good video if you watch it on YouTube, but I didn't think it fit in the movie because they already set up his character earlier on, and the tone of the song pulled out from the tone of the two scenes before and after the song. It was like, it was kind of dark, and then you go into this kind of light, almost, love-ish kind of song about this guy being obsessed with the ruler, and then it goes back into a dark tone. And so I don't think it worked, but as a song itself, it was good. Oh, India Premier League. That's okay. I know what that is. I just didn't know that I wasn't IPL didn't click. Sky, who's my favorite actor or actress? I actually don't have one. As a reviewer, I try to stay as neutral as possible, and I don't fanboy over anybody. So I have actors and actresses and directors and producers and stuff that I like, that I think statistically choose good scripts, and so they have a higher chance of having a good movie. But everybody has good movies and bad movies. So I don't have there isn't an actor or an actress where I think everything they do is great. I try to not have any blinders when I go into a movie, and for me to be able to do that, I don't fanboy over anybody. But so there's a lot of actors and actresses that I like. I think they would do a good job, and I think they pick good scripts, but I don't have anybody that's my absolute favorite. Logan will kill you. He's behind you. Yeah, he sure is. Where is he? Oh, he's back here somewhere. There he is. Yep, he's like slink right into the top of my head. Favorite directors in the Indian film industry? Well, like I just said, I don't have favorites. But the big ones that do good stuff, S.S. Rajamouli, Sankar, a lot of those, they do good stuff. I've seen some small, independent film or short film makers that I think have done some really good stuff or have grown really fast in their style from short film to short film, that I would be excited to see a big one. But Tamil movie trailer which came out this week called Mercury. Okay. So this is what I didn't have time to plan out which trailers I'm going to do. So I'm basically going to take requests for whatever came out this week would take precedence. I don't really want to do older trailer reviews, reactions, just because I want to stay relevant. So let's I'll put that down as the first one, Mercury. And thank you for putting down the title like that. It makes it a lot easier for me to search for it. So if you want to request a trailer, do it just like Vaishak did, where it shows the entire thing about it. What do you think about Jabby as giving reviews? I haven't really watched too many of his reviews. I've seen some of his trailer reactions. When I do like a big one, you know, like 2.0 or Bahubali or something like that, I'll go and check out what other reactors have done, you know, like Sky or Vicky or Sergeant Rocco or Pesh, Jabby, you know, and then I just kind of go through them and see what they're doing. But a lot of us don't have time to watch each other's content because we're making content. So I haven't really watched too many of his reviews. I think I've seen a couple of them. I guess my reviews would be a little bit more on the technical side. His reviews are more on story base. But he does talk, I think he talks about like fight choreography more. Because he does that. Which makes sense. I mean, you want to talk about what you know about. Naveen, I'm not praising you, I'm just appreciating. I've seen so many trailer teaser reactions, but you are too good, and others just gimmick. Sadly, you don't get so many views. Hope for change. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I have seen a lot of trailer reaction where I'm like, wow, they didn't add anything. Like, they watched the trailer and then they're like, hey, I like that. Like, share, subscribe. You know, and their video ends up being 1 or 2 minutes longer than the actual trailer, and or a minute of that is their opening and outro. And so I was like, well, that's not a... I guess that is a trailer reaction, and that's it. But they need to add something, man. Hey, add something at the end. Give us a review. Give us your thoughts. Analyze it a little bit, you know? Don't just watch the trailer. That, I think, is not a good YouTuber. If you're just watching the trailer and that's it, that's somebody that's just following a trend, but you're not actually providing anything. So although most of the views on my videos disappear after the trailer reaction, like they don't stick around for the review, it's the review part that I'm interested in doing. I could cut out the reaction, I wouldn't care. But people like to see the reaction part, so that's why I do it. But it's really the review part that I want to do. Oh, I think I missed some stuff. Actually, did I react to... No, all of my reactions I've moved to these live streams. So if you didn't see it on the last live stream, then I haven't done it. There are a lot of YouTube reviewers, some famous, good, and some not. How different are you from other reviewers? What's your view about yourself? I think I'm different in that I try to explain my thoughts. And I do get more on the technical side of a review. So, like, you have many reviewers will talk about... Some reviewers just talk about the story, and that's about it. And then if there's CGI, they'll talk about the CGI. But they won't get into anything else. And so, maybe they'll get into acting, but that's about it. They won't get into, like, directing styles. They won't get into... you know, like the production, the set production, and all of that kind of stuff. I tend to get more into the technical things. I'll talk about, you know, what the SCQ for any fight sequence that would kill a fight sequence, shaky cam, close-ups, and quick cuts. I analyze those. I think for the most part, my reviews don't come from a place of a professional movie reviewer, somebody that went to film school for years and has like studied film, and you know, like an art critic. You have art critics that think they know everything about art when in actuality they know just as much as everybody else. And so I kind of feel like I'm the middle ground between the elite reviewer that believes everything they're right, everything they say is correct, to just the normal dude that you would talk to in the street if you asked them how they like the movie. And I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, like a mediator, a way of, normal people to talk to reviewers. And I'm perfectly fine admitting when I'm wrong about something. There's a lot of reviewers that cannot accept that they might be wrong. They'll fight it forever. Or they'll just say, that's a nice opinion, but I don't agree with it. It's like, yeah, but that's fine if it's an opinion, but what I'm pointing out, you're just actually dead wrong. And so I have no problem saying I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, great. I'm smart, Jabby is serious, Vicky and I are fangirls. There's nothing wrong with being fangirls. We need those, and other people that fanboy or fangirl over things want to be able to share that experience with others. I think Jabby is serious. He could take it down a notch, but all right. Have a good day, Nile. Thanks for coming by. Do a collab with Sergeant Rocco. Yeah, we had talked about it. If you were on his last live stream, I was hanging out on that one. And we really just haven't figured out what we want to do. We don't want to just do a trailer reaction. We kind of want to do something a little special or a special occasion. So, well, we'll figure it out. But we've been talking for years. I mean, we both kind of came up at the same time. So we've been talking since we were both very little. Shooty and Rama Re are on Netflix. Cool. Not sure if it's on my Netflix, but I'll check. That's cool. Yes, Sky is here. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Well, they're different because I watch their content every day. So it's like Philip DeFranco, Chris Stuckman, Collider Video. I like Blind Wave. I watch about maybe a quarter of their videos. Some of the shows that they do I don't watch, but I like the guys. I think they're cool. And I like watching them. And then some like kind of silly fun ones like Epic Voice Guy and the Slow-Mo guys. Who else is in my list? Oh, Channel Awesome. I like them. Doug Walker. Some Nerdist. Not a lot, but I like some of their stuff. And ETC, they've got some neat things. Been watching Beam News, but it's not as good since Casey Neistat left. And I like Casey Neistat and Boogie 2988. He's a fellow big guy. So yeah, those are some of my favorite YouTubers. Please include actors' acting skills so we can learn about something about acting too. Well, I don't think I know that much about acting. Acting is more of an emotional state. I can tell whether or not someone did not do a great job or maybe what they were thinking. Like for my last review on my second channel, I did A Wrinkle in Time. And I think a lot of the acting was hurt by all of the green screen that they were doing. Especially with the kids, I don't feel that they were told properly what they were supposed to be reacting to, or they put stuff in post-production that wasn't there when they were doing their acting. And so that can come off as wrong. A lot of acting, is on the actor's shoulders, but about a good quarter of it comes from the director's direction. And if the director doesn't give them the right information, the scene's just not going to work. And then the movie is made in the edit. So, you know, the actor does like 5 takes. The director may not take the best one for some reason. So actors really don't know what a movie is going to turn out to be until they see the final cut. And they're pretty much in the dark as the rest of us. Whoop. Funny YouTubes waiting for Infinity War trailer 2 and Fantastic Beast trailer. Yeah, Fantastic Beast comes out tomorrow. Well, it would be today in a half an hour for me. But yeah. They did a little teaser for it today. I didn't see that though. But I heard about it. Infinity War. Are they going to come out with another trailer? I mean, the movie comes out next month. Well, they probably will. Or they'll start doing a whole lot of TV spots. If possible, watch Aruvi. Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask for that. It is on the list of things that I can review, but I have other movies I want to do first. And a couple that I have to do first. Sky says, I love Chris. Yeah, I've been watching Chris for years. And actually, he was one of my inspirations for creating my channel. Because me and him have very, I think, similar styles. I think he knows a lot more about film than I do when it comes to like story and production maybe. But I think we are along similar lines. I tend to rate movies or grade them a little better or a little higher than he does. I think I'm more optimistic than he is. But I love his reviews. Jeremy Johns, I do watch him too. His style is a little frenetic for me. I'm a kind of down to earth, calm dude. He's very energetic. It's like he slams a bunch of energy drinks before he goes on camera. But he's entertaining. I started like I was considering doing this. I don't know if I would be able to do it at some point, but I might give it a shot. Where Jeremy Johns does the tales from the comments section, where he basically picks comments from the videos and then talks about it. I thought that would be fun to do. But I tend to respond to most of my comments on YouTube, so don't really need to do that. Funny YouTubes. Hearing great reports for Ready Player One. Oh yeah. I really want to see it. I mean, Spielberg is directing, and he's really the only person that could make that movie. Because he owns the rights to a lot of the stuff that's in it. And so I think he's probably the only person that would be able to acquire rights for all of the, all of the stuff that they use across all of the movies. What are movies in your review list? Well, I have a list in the description of all my videos, has the movie review list, and those are reviews that have won polls or came from a Patreon. One of the Patreons wanted me to set up it was like a donation thing that people could do to ask for one, so if any of those come in, they go down there. I've had one. But other than that, it would be movies that I'm wanting to do. So I'm doing I need to do those reviews first, and then there's a couple of movies that I want to do that I want to get in, and then we'll do another poll. But that's another reason why I'm doing all of these trailer reactions in the live streams, is I'm trying to get ahead of my videos so that I can do more reviews. Krish, hello. Yeah, I would like to visit India. I don't have money, so one day. What are my expectations for Robot 2.0? Well, I think what they're trying to do is very ambitious. So far, though, all we've really seen is the third act, and that worries me a little bit. Because they've been showing a lot of the, the previs and things like that. Even when they did their featurette on the 3D cameras, most of the stuff in there was from the third act, the final battle. And I'm a little worried because we haven't gotten anything on story. We don't know anything from the first, 2/3 of the film. Now, I do think that Akshay Kumar's character is kind of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character. Like, he was a scientist or a doctor and then needed to come up with a cure for something, whether he had a close family member or himself that has some kind of ailment, and he can't get testing done and ends up testing it on himself, and that's what turns him into this kind of crow character, very much like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I don't know any details. It's like just a theory of how I think his character is done. Sergeant Rocco. Well, 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 we meet again. Yes, we do. One of my moderators. And good friends. Just had somebody earlier saying, when am I going to collab with you? Do I review music? No, well, I don't do reactions to music because the risk of copyright is too high. But I review music in my movie reviews that have music. Why do I have so much followers and you say you have no money? I have 15, almost 16,000 subscribers. I make maybe 40 or 50 bucks a month off of this. My subscriber count is really low. I don't make a lot of money doing this. I do this because I like to do it. I would love to do it as a full-time job. That would be amazing. But I don't make enough money to pay bills. So, let alone travel. Review on Border movie? What Border movie? Which industry do you like most? Bollywood or South Indian? Neither. I don't pick one. I think every industry has its bonuses, like its positives, strengths, and its negatives. I think I don't really like to say Bollywood. I don't think India should be comparing themselves to Hollywood. So for each of the different languages, I think they all have different genres that are really interesting. Hindi tends to do more comedy and romance. Tamil Telugu tends to do more of the action. Kannada is kind of going, and Malayalam tend to go towards thrillers and some horror. So, and then Bengali and Marathi, they all have like their own styles. So I like them all. I think people should be watching movies from all the different genres and not just, or different industries, not just stick to one. Ah, yes, the collab. We got to talk about that. Yeah, we do, bro. Don't know what, but we do. I do want to interview you at some point for my Creator Spotlight series. But for whatever else, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to chat. We'll have to chat about it. Who's my favorite actor in Tamil? I don't have favorite actors or actresses or directors. I don't fanboy over anybody. I like to go into movies without blinders on so I can critically analyze everything. So I have actors that I believe tend to pick good scripts for the most part. But everybody's got good movies and bad movies, so I don't go into a movie blinded by fandom. Yeah, I'm down for the creator. Cool. Sweet. I want to hear your ideas, bro. We'll have to chat on Facebook later. Should do a reaction for that teaser. Yeah. The first one I'm going to do is Mercury. Hey, Shreya, send me the title, the exact title of the teaser, so that I can get it down, make it easier for me to find, and then I'll do that one after second. Which is your favorite Indian movie and Hollywood movie? So I don't feel like I've seen enough Indian movies to really say that I have a favorite. I have some that I like. I think one of the top ones that I reviewed last year was Vikram Vedha. I really liked that movie. I liked the Bahubalis. You know, I liked My Name is Khan. I liked Fan. I mean, I liked Padmavat a lot. So there's a lot of movies that I like, but I don't feel confident in saying favorite. I don't even really have favorite Hollywood movies. I have movies that I like in different genres. Now I do say that I have a favorite movie of all time, but it's mostly nostalgia. It has nothing to do with you know, technically how the film was made. It's just a movie that I can watch over and over again, and that's The Princess Bride. Always loved that movie, but it's not because it's the greatest movie ever made. It's mostly nostalgia. And I like Andre the Giant. Do I think Avengers Infinity War will be able to top Avatar's 2.7 billion? No. I don't think so. It would be awesome if it did, but I don't think so. I think it'll probably hit 1.2 billion, maybe 1.5. What is my full-time job? So I have two jobs. I'm a real estate agent, but the market has gone down and there isn't much work in that right now, so it seems like I'm doing a lot of work for no money. And then my second job is just like a part-time or another job at a retail store that just to pay bills. React to Pardesi Tamil movie Bala direction. Is that an... Oh, it won a national award. When did that movie come out? I'm trying to stay more current, so I can stay relevant with the trailer reactions. But if we get through some of the new ones and we have time, then I'll do some older ones. Kabar's back hospital scenes. I don't really do scenes of movies anymore. I've done a few of them in the past, but you know, I'd rather just watch a movie. And if I do a reaction to a specific scene, then I'm not surprised by it when I watch the movie. That's why I like trailers, because they don't give away anything in the movie if I haven't seen it. Avatar is more accessible to everyone. Well, and I think Avatar was kind of a fluke. It came around at like the perfect time, you know, where Cameron brought all of this new technology and was doing something that hasn't been really seen before, at least not on that scale. And so he hit like the perfect moment to release that movie. And that's why it made so much money. Same thing with like Titanic. He's very good at his timing of when a movie comes out. But I don't think any of the next 4 Avatars or whatever that he has planned, I don't think any of those are going to be as big as the first one. My favorite director, again, I don't have a favorite of anybody. I have directors I like. I like Christopher Nolan. He really hasn't had a bad movie. He's had one movie that wasn't as good as the others, but he hasn't had a bad movie. But I don't know, there's a bunch of directors I like. And I need to see more Indian movies so that I can become more familiar with those directors. But I liked what Rajamouli did with the Bahubalis. I liked some of the movies that Shankar has done, so those are good directors. But I don't have a favorite. I don't have favorites of anything. There isn't one person or one movie that I put above everybody else. I don't put anybody on a pedestal. I know this is off topic. Your view on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is a really cool concept. I like the idea of having a decentralized currency. But right now it's in the trend kind of fad moment. It's too volatile to really put money in on it, real money. I would wait to see what it's going to do when all of the dust settles. I mean, you have hundreds of different kinds of Bitcoins out there. They're still trying to, they're still trying to figure out the details on how to run the blockchain because it takes up a lot of computer power and electricity. That's why you have, huge servers in like Greenland, is just because they need the natural cold air to be able to cool all the computers, and they use the underground thermal natural electricity to be able to run those computers. So until they kind of figure out the details of how it's all going to happen, make sure that it's secure and that you can transfer money in and out easy. Until then, I think it's just a neat fad. But I do like to keep up on the news on it and see where it's going. But I wouldn't put any money in on it. Unless you're like going to go in as a trader and be able to pull your money out when it's at high, like you're just riding the waves. Naveen, what is your take on increasing the quality of Indian movies? Most of the movies are crap. I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot of movies that have lower budgets, but just because you have a lower budget doesn't make it crap. I think there's a lot of movies that are good out there. I do not think that they should follow Hollywood. I think they should do their own thing. If they follow Hollywood, then they're just going to compete. I don't think they should compete, because Hollywood is always going to have more money. I think Indian movies should do their own thing and be their own unique style. And that's what kind of drew me in, is I like the unique style. So have good stories, as really all you need is have good stories and then people that can do it. I think some of the best cinematographers in the world come out of India. And so, like, even small movies can have really great cinematography. What's my favorite series? I don't have a favorite of anything. I like some series. You're talking about TV shows or a series of movies? If you're talking about TV shows, like I really liked Breathe. You saw me review every episode of that. Wow, there's a bunch of TV shows that I like, I guess. Am I married? No, I am not. Do you think Elon Musk can shape our future? Yes, I do. Elon Musk is the real-life version of Tony Stark. He's already shaping our future. He's going to get people on Mars before NASA ever could. He's changing a lot of things for renewable energy. Pushing a lot of technologies, especially with Tesla. His boring company is looking really interesting. At first, I was a bit skeptical, but as he's been going forward, I think it's becoming pretty exciting of what he can do with that. So, yeah. What is your view on Mani Ratnam direction? I don't feel that I've seen a lot of his movies to be able to say. But that's awesome that he's a role model for everybody trying to persuade passion in film industry. That's great. Krishna, hello everybody. Have I watched any South Korean movies? Yeah, I've seen a few. Trying to think of some right off the top of my head, but I'm not really coming up with anything. The Wailing trailer is a Korean movie. Oh, that's cool. The Wailing, that sounds like a horror movie. Is it a horror movie? Well, let's try and find this first reaction. Simpsons or Family Guy? I tend to go more towards Family Guy. I like The Simpsons, but Family Guy is more up my alley. Closer to my humor. Yes, horror movie, one of the best. Koreans make good horror movies. That's why Hollywood keeps remaking them. Well, and I guess Japan. They've remade a lot of Japanese horror too. My favorite TV series is The Flash. I like The Flash. I was actually watching the latest episode earlier today, but I'm only halfway through it. Pen movies. Can I do this one? I need to look it up on my block list. This pen sounds really familiar, and I hope it's not for the bad reason. Well, they're not under their whacked out media. So maybe it'll be alright. What are your views on viewing viewers viewing views? Well, I think, watching somebody that's viewing a video for views, whatever floats your boat, man. That's what I say. Whatever floats your boat. Yeah, Sky was here earlier. I think she might have jumped out, but she was in for a bit. That was awesome. Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad? Game of Thrones. I think Breaking Bad started repeating a lot of their storylines, and it became redundant. I only watched Breaking Bad up to like season 3 maybe, and then I got out. So, but Game of Thrones I continue watching. So, Game of Thrones. PK, hello. This first one I'm doing is called Mercury. Is this what language is this one? Is this Telugu, Tamil? A no language film? What do you mean no language? Is it a silent film? Oh, it is a silent film. Well, I guess it is a no-language film. What do you know? Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, we haven't had... Actually, I can't... I think the last silent film that was made was Silent Film, the Mel Brooks movie. But that was more of a parody. Ah, my nose itches. What is that? Boy. But that's really interesting that they're doing a silent film. You know, my dad would be really interested in that. He loves silent films. Manorama movies. Cool. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully stable with money again. I'd like to do more reviews. It's hard to tell where you're going to be in 5 years. I know when I was younger, I would be like, I'm going to be doing this. But then after enough time, you're like, you know, I have no idea where I see myself in 5 years. It's more of, you know, what pops out and says, you're going to be doing this. I'm like, cool. So hopefully, maybe in 5 years, I'll get my channel to a point where I could make a living off of it. But I truly doubt that that would happen. So maybe just get big enough to where I'm making a little bit to be able to supplement income, and then have a decent job so that I have a decent amount of money. More stable jobs. Director also did Pizza. I can't pronounce that word or that one. At least I'm not going to give it a shot, but I know what you're talking about. Recently watched Interstellar. Yeah, I liked the movie. I didn't like the ending. I like the concept. I like the acting. I like the music. I mean, for the most part, it's good, but it's in my opinion, it's Nolan's least movie. I mean, it's still a good movie, but it's not as good as his other movies. What trailers am I watching today? I'm taking requests for new trailers. I didn't have time to prepare for it, so the first one I'm doing is Mercury. But I'm trying to stay with, you know, new trailers, so give me requests for new trailers. Apple or Android? Android. I hate Apple. That's very easy for me to say. I hate Apple. I hate Apple with a passion. Android all the way. Spielberg or Nolan? Ooh. I guess I'd have to go Spielberg just because of his body of work. But I like them both. So I would say both. I'm not going to choose one really. Spielberg has a bigger body of work. Nolan hasn't had enough to be able to compete or compare to Spielberg, so I'll just say both. Is YouTube a way to get off the stress from a job and life? Not always. I think YouTube sometimes adds a lot of stress to my life. But I think it's a fun way of having something to do, you know, continue to be productive instead of coming home from work and then just sitting here and watching movies all day or all night like I used to do. Now I've got something productive to work on. Priyanka or Deepika. I am not picking between them. Because if I have a chance to meet one of them, awesome. They're both gorgeous and they're both good actresses. Cameron? No, I wouldn't put Cameron in with Spielberg or Nolan. Cameron has had good movies, but he doesn't direct very many movies. He comes out like one movie every decade. I would want some more from him than to be able to put him in a category. But he's got good movies. And he's got some classics. I mean, The Terminators, he's got Aliens. You know, Avatar was pretty good, but I didn't think deserved as much accolades as it got. What about the complete actor Mohanalal? I haven't watched a lot of his movies. I think he's pretty good from what I've seen. But again, I don't fanboy over anybody. So I think he does a good job. Spoken like a true diplomat. Don't get in between the ladies, man. All the ladies are good. All of them. You gotta stay neutral when it comes to the ladies, man. If you don't mind, tell us about your parents and your childhood. We'd love to hear how did you come to the passion with movies. My parents are awesome. They're still, you know, both are still alive and together and doing great. Childhood, grew up in kind of a rough area near DC on the East Coast. So got bullied a lot in school, got beat up a lot. Kind of movies was a way of me escaping that. Like I would skip school and go watch movies. But yeah, so I fell in love with movies because it's a great escape from things. And then because of my analytical brain, I tend to break apart a lot of stuff. I like taking things apart and seeing how they work, and I do that with movies as well. I agree with you, Chris. What about Malayalam movies and Malayalam actors? Yeah. From what I've seen, you know, like I said before, all the different language industries have good movies and bad movies. So I like some of the Malayalam stuff that I've seen. From trailers, I haven't watched very many Malayalam films, though. Kala and Infinity War will release on the same date, April 27th. Yes, it will. You plan to see both. I do, but I don't know when I will get to. The thing is, I'm going to end up seeing Infinity War first just because of location. Infinity War is going to play in my city and every theater around here. Kala is probably going to play in South Denver. So the only time I will be able to see Kala is when I can find a full day that I can go down to watch it. Because it's like an hour and a half drive. The movie's probably going to be 2.5, 3 hours. Then another hour and a half drive back. And that doesn't take into account any traffic. Like, it's a good 8-hour day just to go watch a movie that I can't always spend. Infinity War, I can just go down the street and watch it and then review it. So Infinity War will be seen first, most likely, and then Kala will only be seen if I can find a day to get to South Denver for it, because I truly doubt that it will play at any of the closer theaters. If it does, I would be really surprised. Why do I do South movies more than Hindi or Bollywood? That's where the requests come from. Review Oro. That sounds really familiar. Oru Adar. Is it a new one? I'm trying to stay with new trailers, just so that they're relevant. Have I watched any Marathi movies? I don't think I've seen a full Marathi movie, but I have done trailers. Alright, so let's actually do a trailer. Amit, come back with the breathe. You know, ask me again later. Let's do this reaction for Mercury. And I guess this is a silent film, which is really interesting. I'm liking that. Ah, thriller. Oh, mercury poisoning. Okay, that makes sense then. Why it's called Mercury. So is it going to be a ghost story? So they're kind of like zombies. You have to be quiet. It's an interesting concept. I like that. Oh, Friday the 13th. That's a good release date. So, yeah. That's a good idea. You know, your bad guys, your monsters, they're kind of like zombies. I'm not sure how mercury poisoning turns into kind of a zombie thing, or where that is, or maybe it's a possession movie, like they get possessed by the people that died of mercury poisoning. Because mercury poisoning is not going to create a zombie. So I would like more, you know, I'd be interested to see how the movie plays that out. That would be interesting to watch. It's intrigued me. It's grabbed my attention. It's something I would want to see, just because I want to know, you know, how that zombie or the monster is created. The idea that you have to be quiet, that it's attracted to sound, that's interesting. There's a Hollywood movie that's, I think, coming out soon with, but it's more of like creatures. There's like alien creatures that will attack you if you make a sound. But there is talking in that movie. It's just that the creature follows sound, so they have to be quiet, and they talk in sign language for a lot of the movie or something. And that looked interesting. This looks interesting also. Now, if it's a silent film, I would want to know, do they go to that, like, do they start at the town, like, right away? Because are you saying the characters don't have any dialogue leading up to going to this town? That could be. That would be an interesting way of starting the movie. I would worry about characterization. Are you going to be doing characterization right as you come into the town? Yeah, I would like to see how they pull the movie off. So it's really intrigued me. Really intrigued me. But what do you guys think? You know, I like some of the makeup. Silent thriller. You know, they have a lot of dark blue color scheme. Very cold, which makes perfect sense for a thriller. A lot of fog. You know, you want to have those kind of cold colors. Mercury poisoning. That's an... I don't know what that symbol is. Do you know what that symbol is? That you could tell me what the symbol is? And I'm wondering, like, you've got the 5 people. They show up at this town. Is this the beginning of the movie right here? Do they not have anything leading up to it? But you can see all of the dark greens and blues. It's very popular for horror films because it gives a cold tone to everything. Makes it dark and dirty and gritty. She is very scared. She's doing a very good job with acting scared. I liked the tear coming out. The makeup is looking good, but makeup for horror movies, it's not easy, but you can make it look good with very little money, and I like that. And this is creepy. You got the hand. You think the way that the camera angle is, you know, the camera angle is tilted on the side. It makes it look like it's a wall, like almost like a fence. And it feels like he's coming over the fence, but it's not. And so I like this camera angle. You see the hand and then they step forward and you're like, oh, well, that's different than what I thought. The camera is sideways. But he looks creepy. He looks creepy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Something I would watch. But what do you think? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Silent. Don't breathe. That's it. Don't breathe. Silent Hill. That wasn't a silent movie. That was a video game movie. The town was called Silent Hill, though. But yeah, Don't Breathe. That was the movie from last year. I'm talking there's a new movie. There's a new movie coming out where there's these monsters. Don't Breathe was the one with the kids that broke into the blind guy's house who ended up like basically killing everybody, and so they were trying not to breathe. The new movie, I can't remember the name of it, but there's basically these monsters, like, you know, big clawed alien type monsters that hunt you down if they hear you. Am I a fan of Star Wars? Yes, I am. I like Star Wars. There's Star Wars. There's Star Wars. I like Star Wars. Oops, I missed the Mercury trailer. Well, that sucks, but I will be breaking up the trailer reactions and releasing them on their own later tonight, so you can check it out after the fact. The girl in Adar Love got really famous with just a wink. That's cool. Wink. Can I get famous from a wink? Am I famous now? That would be awesome. Mercury. Mercury's winged helmet and... so the god. Okay. So if it's the god... well, then maybe it's a, possession movie. Malayalam upcoming movie, Odiyan. Can you send me the full title of the video so that I can look it up easy and I know I'm getting the right video instead of me trying to find it? Argentinian movies. Interesting. Can you send me a link on one of my social medias so I can check it out? But I'm not going to do it on the live stream. I'm going to do some others. I'm doing focused on these new Indian movies for this channel. The Planet. In astrology, not astronomy. Oh, the planet Mercury. But you said Mercury's winged helmet. So is the winged helmet... astrology. Okay, I got you now. I'm on the same wave. There we go. A Quiet Place. Thank you, Abed. Yeah, that's the one with the, they have to be quiet. A Quiet Place. But it's not a silent film. Like, Mercury is going to be a silent film. Apparently, the whole movie is silent film. No dialogue. A Quiet Place, there is dialogue, especially after the monsters end up finding them and things like that. But the concept is they have to be quiet. They can't make a sound, and so they talk with sign language and stuff. But it's not a silent movie. Rajnikant's next movie is with the director of Mercury. That's interesting. King. Hello. How's it going? Alright, give me another new trailer, guys. Give me the full title of a new trailer. Something that came out this week or something. Let's do another one. Big fan. Well, thank you, King. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Wailing trailer. Send me the full, the title for it so I know which video I'm doing. And, is that a new one? I can't quite remember what we talked about with it. Music and whistling in the background of the trailer. Yeah, well, silent movies have music, except for the silent films of the early 1900s, but they still had music played to it. The Wailing. Yeah, send me so I know which video I'm doing. I don't want to be trying to search and find because it's happened to me before and I end up choosing the wrong video. And then people are like, that's not the right video. Am I a fan of the Friends series? Yeah, I like Friends. That was a good show. Seen all of them, all 10 seasons. Mahalal's, okay. Do you guys know what I mean when I say the full title? You know, you can choose the title of the video. Mohanalal Odiyan. Exclusive visuals from the set. Alright, I'll do the Wailing official trailer. I'm just going to choose the first one, so if it's the wrong one, it's the wrong one. But I'll do that after this one. I do not know Manorama Online. Hopefully they don't give me a strike. Alright. Mohanalal Odiyan. Exclusive visuals from the set. Manorama Online. Let's see what it is. Those are old looking lights. They've been around the block. There's some long lenses. The song is kind of repetitive. I would like them to change it up a bit. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Yeah. I hope they don't overuse that song in the movie. Some of the things, like, look at that lens. That is a super long focus lens. That is huge. It's bigger than the camera. The lens is bigger than the camera. I mean, this guy is... Look at that. Huge mount. And I like these lights. You can see the... when they showed the light. Look at that. Look how old that light is. That light has seen many of movie sets. Those lights have been around for a while. But as long as it gives light, that's all it needs to do. So we got to see a lot of the crew. You know, we don't have anything on the story or what. You know, it says visuals from the movie, but we're not actually seeing any clips from the movie. These are all behind the scenes stuff. So we don't know what those big, huge lenses are actually filming. So it says exclusive visuals from the set, but I think, you know, that means something different over there. When I think of visuals of from the set, well, no, I guess that makes perfect sense. Visuals from the set. It's people doing behind the scenes documentary. The crew is doing a lot of work. It's basically what the video is. I think the song was repetitive. I'm hoping that it's not that repetitive in the movie. And I don't want them to overuse it. I've seen a problem in movies where they overuse the theme song. And I don't like that. So hopefully they don't overuse the theme song. But yeah, tell me when a trailer comes out. I mean, this doesn't give us anything. You just get to see the crew working on the movie. That's about it. I don't really have anything else I can add to it. But what do you guys think? Comment below, let me know. What's my favorite Prime show? Oh, I'm not really sure what shows are on Prime Time. I'm guessing a lot of them are. I watch them later online. So I don't even know what channel half of them are on, except for, you know, the CW shows, like the DC shows, Flash and Supergirl and whatnot. I haven't been watching Walking Dead. I saw the first, I think, 3.5 seasons, but then they became repetitive, and so I stopped watching. Oh, Amazon Prime. Breathe. I watched that one. The other Indian show that's from Amazon Prime I can't watch. It says not available in my location. Other than that, I haven't seen any of the other Amazon Prime shows except for a few episodes of the Grand Tour, because I like those guys. Yeah, they were cooling off the... Yeah, this one right here is what you're talking about. Where he's cooling the light off with a fan. It's because those things get hot, man. Those lights get really hot. Did I react to October trailer? No, I haven't done an October trailer. Oh yeah, light bulbs from the regular box cameras. I remember those too. But we're old, Chris. We're old. Alright, I'm going to do this one just because I said I would. But don't give me any more old trailers. This one came out 2 years ago. I want to do new trailers. So give me new trailers so that it's relevant. This one is called The Wailing. It's a Korean thriller from 2016. I like the rain. Don't close your eyes. It's a very Evil Dead kind of feel to it. Only serious. Oh, he's whistling. Wailing. So we don't actually get too much on the story. I mean, they basically say a Japanese guy had come to town and then people start dying. They're being killed. But they're not saying what he did. Just that it began after. And that something with the daughter, maybe she... You know, he's got a Christian symbol around his neck, so maybe it's a possession movie. Because you had the girl freaking out later, you know. That's very much of a possession thing. But what does the Japanese guy have something to... What does he got to do with it? Did he summon the demon, or... I like the way it's filmed, though. It's a very clean palette, but not over... It's not really over-colored, you know, like a... It's not given a blue or an orange palette. It's very neutral. You know, except for certain scenes like firelight and whatnot. But for the most part, it's pretty just cinematic, regular cinematic. Looks interesting. I think some possession movies are hard to pull off because there's been so many of them that if they don't do it right, then it doesn't come off well. So I would be interested to see how they do it. Not something I would have gone to the theater for. It would be something that I would rent, though, just because I'm a little hazy on possession movies. They've done so many of them that I don't know if they would, if it would be good. It's hard to make a good possession movie these days, just because there's so many of them. I don't have a favorite Indian actor. I don't have a favorite any kind of actor. I have actors that I like that I think will do a good job, but I don't have favorites. October. What language is that one? Hindi. All right. Good. I'm glad it's got English subtitles. Makes it easier to know what's going on. Did this release recently? Because the thing that's coming up for me is 3 weeks ago. Is that the one you want me to do? VR. Hello. So this one for October is the one from 3 weeks ago? Jabby reacted to Mercury. I did it earlier. That was the first one I did on the stream. But that's interesting that he did Mercury also. No, I do not know that podcast. Jab, I do not know them. Just released yesterday? Well, that's not what's coming up. See, this is why I want the title, because then I don't have to try and find it. Came out yesterday. Let's see. That's a reaction video, reaction video. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Chris. Okay. October. I don't know this channel. Rising Sun. So hopefully they don't give me any copyright issues. I don't think they're a part of Whacked Out Media or anything, but I just hope they don't give me any copyright issues. Don't need strikes. Had one strike in my first year. Do not need another one. Yeah, I can do filters VR, but it wastes so much time. It would be easier like what Chris did if you just send me the title, the full title, because then I can find it and it's the first thing that comes up. And then I'm not wasting time doing it. ASR for Captain. I did not do Vision of Bharat yet. No one had requested it during the stream. Yeah, the strikes go away, but it takes things like I couldn't do a live stream for 3 months. You know, it puts a strike on the account. It's very frustrating to deal with. I don't want to deal with them. And then if you get 3, they delete your account. So I don't want my channel going away either. So I just avoid them. You requested... What did you request? What am I missing? Did I miss something from you, Arvid? Alright, so I guess this next one we're doing is October. It's got a lot of views on it. 12,544,000 views. For something that came out yesterday, that's pretty crazy. Oh, Vision of Bharat. Yeah, if you had asked for it earlier, I probably missed it. Sorry about that. Alright. So we're going to do October Hindi trailer. Let's see, we have English subtitles. Yay! I like it when they have English subtitles. Alright, let's check it out. Drama.
Where is that? मतलब उसने मेरे बारे में पूछा और तुम लोग ने इतनी बड़ी बात मुझे नहीं बताई. अब मैं उसको कैसे बताऊं कि मैं कहा था?
Romance drama.
Hi Dad. ये तो सारी ट्रेनिंग ना सफाइयों में निकलने वाली है.
ये 602 के बंडल में अंडरवेयर प्रेस करके किसने भेजा? इलास्टिक समझ में आता है आप लोग को? ढीली हो जाती है अंडरवेयर. लेकिन मैं मक्खी मच्छर मारने तो नहीं आया हूँ ना.
तेरी पता है प्रॉब्लम क्या है डैड? तू हर टाइम इरिटेटेड रहता है.
मेरा पता है कब इरिटेट होता हूँ. कब? जब मैं तुम दोनों के साथ रहता हूँ.
Thanks Dad.
He's not seeing who's right in front of his face.
ये तो हवा की सगी थी आज उसको देख के यार.
तो कभी आइसक्रीम गया? नहीं गया ना? मैं गया हूँ 2 बार.
2 बार गए?
हाँ. आज और कल.
उसने कॉलेज में कभी या मेरे बारे में पूछा था तुमसे?
I really don't think she was interested in you.
तो मेरे लिए क्यों पूछा उसने? सिस्टर, आज शूटिंग आउटपुट ज़्यादा नहीं है. आज पानी ज़्यादा दिया था.
तुम कोई जॉब नहीं करते क्या? हाँ?
बड़ा हॉस्पिटल करा तो आज को. हर दिन वहीं चला आता तू.
कुछ ज़्यादा इफेक्टेड नहीं हो रहा तू.
तुम लोग इतने अनअफेक्टेड कैसे हो?
लेकिन इस तरह सब छोड़ छाड़ के थोड़ा ना बैठ जाएंगे.
So is...
तुमको पहचानेगा भी नहीं. This is what you want. वो आपको नहीं पहचानती है ना पहचाने. आप लोग तो पहचानते हो उसे.
What disease does she have?
महीने में 2 दिन नहीं मिले तुम्हें घर आने के लिए.
You go Dad.
यहाँ सब कुछ मैनेज हो जाएगा. Don't worry.
I'm sorry. अब नहीं जाऊँगा.
Maybe she has Parkinson's or... I like the music. You know, the music in the trailer sounds pretty good. I like the music. Very drama. I mean, you could tell from the first moment. I was like, yep, drama. I mean, you just need a couple of notes. You know it's drama. It looks shot well. You've got a lot of good soft light. You know, a lot of drama needs soft light. Good camera move. I like those tracking shots. Well, not tracking. I guess they would be. Well, that would be a track shot. But you know, it goes through kind of the life of these two characters, and that he didn't see that she was in love with him at first, and then he will eventually fall in love with her, and then they get separated. But then there's a disease. Now, I don't know what the disease is, but whatever it is, it's causing her to lose functionality in her body. So that's why I was thinking maybe Parkinson's, but they didn't ever show her shaking. So it's more like a paralysis of some kind. And they said that she may not recognize you. So there might be a mental aspect to it, not just a paralysis. Maybe multiple sclerosis. I don't know. I'd be curious to find out what disease she has. But it's a drama. I'm not always a fan of dramas. I like some of them, but it's not something I go to the theater for on purpose to watch. There are a couple that I do that have they have a slant or something interesting about it. But movies like this, I would watch on video later. But that's just me personally. I think it's going to be a popular movie. I bet you it'll make a lot of money. And if you like dramas, I definitely think you should go to the theater for it, because the music sounds good. The visuals, it's very well shot. So I think it would look great on a big screen. Just personally, I think I would be bored. Just because it looks like a very slow moving drama. But what do you guys think? Are you a fan of dramas? If so, let me know what it is about this movie that really grabs your attention. What is it that you really like about it? I would be curious to know your opinions. Yeah, coma patient, but do you think she just went into a coma, like maybe an accident? Like an abrupt accident that put her in a coma? But they made it look later when he was holding her, like right here. Like when he's holding her like this, she's not in a coma. It looks like paralysis. Like she may have had an accident, because you can see the scar on the side of her face. But she is seeing him, and they mentioned earlier that she may not recognize him, which probably means some kind of a mental thing. She could be a vegetable, I guess, maybe, you know, or she's mentally diminished. But it also looks like she might have paralysis for part of her body, is why he's carrying her. So I'm thinking like she probably had an accident. Mental capacity is lower now. Maybe she's paralyzed. But I was thinking maybe she got MS or something. But I guess you're right, Chris. It could be an accident. Maybe an accident that caused it. Is Hollywood using Dwayne Johnson a lot nowadays? Yeah, they are. They keep giving him stuff. Have I watched any Malayalam movies? I don't think I have seen a full Malayalam film. I think I've seen a lot of short films and trailers, but they don't play in They don't show Malayalam films in the theaters out here very often. They do sometimes, though. It's just getting to the theater that I have trouble doing because it's so far away. They need to show Indian movies closer to me. Border. Is that a new one? Yeah, I've got the ASR. I got the Captain. Let's see. Thank you for the full title. I have not seen Rangatug. Wow, how do I pronounce that? Let's see, Rangat Aranga. I have not seen it. Captain, the trailer came out a month ago. Is that the one that you're talking about? There aren't any other current movies. Am I going to watch the new Tomb Raider movie? Yes, I am. I'm going to be, I think it comes out this weekend. Me and Matt Kohler and his friend Ian from Red Fist Productions, we're all watching it this weekend, and then we're going to be doing a full discussion of it on next week's Twitch live stream that we do on the other channel. We do those on Thursdays. This one called Captain, this one came out a month ago. So I think I'm going to do the Vision of Bharat first because I want to do new trailers first. But I've got Captain on standby, so if we have more time later, I'll do that one. What language is Vision of Bharat? Captain, very good acting. Super acting. That's awesome. Super acting is super acting. 3 stories. I've done that one. I did that one a while ago. It's on the channel, Chris, if you want to watch it, but I did that one. Vision of Bharat is Telugu. Rangataranga. Yeah, maybe we'll get that on one of the next polls for the polling of what movies to see. The next one I got to do is Dawn, and then after that I had a Patreon that requested Jagartanda. I hope I pronounced that right. It's a very hard word for me to say for some reason. And then a couple other movies I want to do. The first Indian movie I reacted to, you mean my first trailer reaction? It was the first Bahubali, Bahubali the Beginning. And I did that in, I think it was like late January of 2016. So over 2 years ago. I ended up reacting to Bahubali because it was a request. I had started my channel in October of 2015 and, focused on American movies because that's what I was mostly knew. But my dad had been watching Indian movies for like 15, 20 years. And so I was doing requests for a bunch of stuff back then, like sports, but then those give copyright issues and other things, and I had some requests for like a couple of Russian movies, Japanese, Korean, and then the request for Bahubali came in, and so I did that. And that kind of started the whole Indian movies. And then my dad, we ended up watching Bahubali, and I reviewed it. And at the time, I was the only reactor to actually review the movie. And that gave me a bunch of attention. I didn't know that at the time, but that was cool. What do you think about Black Panther? I love Black Panther. I had a couple of problems with it, but for the most part, I really liked it. I have a review that I did on my second channel, if you want to check that out. It's called Koricon Nerd. There's links to the second channel in the description of all my videos. There's one in the description of this one. Tell something about you. Ask something, I'll tell it. I'm not sure what you want to know. I have said many a things about me, so not sure what you would want to hear. If you want to watch some good Malayalam movies, ask Melanie. Yeah. Melanie is a good resource. She's been watching Indian films for a long time. So I would definitely ask Melanie for opinions on stuff. Definitely watch it. Your reviews are great. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to go to that second channel, I mean, that's where all of the American movie stuff is. And we're doing some different things over there that we're testing out, like Twitch streams for long discussions with Matt Kohler and Ian. And those are fun. So check out the second channel. We got some different stuff over there. Became a fan, and the poster of the second movie ended up on your wall. Yeah, it did. I had to have it shipped over from India, though. Can't buy this poster in the US. I had to buy it from a guy online, and he shipped it to me from India. So I'm probably the only person in Colorado that has a Bahubali poster. Just because you have to get it shipped from India. Is Pandora the best app for hearing music? I don't know. I don't listen to any of the music apps. Most of the music I listen to is online. I don't listen to music from my phone. And when I'm in the car, I listen to NPR, so I'm not listening to music. Only times I'm really listening to music is when I'm researching things and, you know, watching music videos and whatnot. Alright, so this next one is a Telugu film, The Vision of Bharat. I've had a lot of people request this over the week, so where to vote for the movie review polls? So it initially goes to people on my Patreon, and in the top 4, because Twitter polls can only do 4 choices, the top 4 from the Patreon polls go to Twitter, and then the public chooses the one of the top 4. NPR. I love NPR, Chris. It's good stuff. When I'm in the car, that is playing NPR. But sometimes when they get into their pledges, you know, their pledge season, and they're not giving me any stories, then I switch over to some music until the pledges are done. Just because I don't want to listen to them pledging. Oh, the film is called Bharat Ani Nenu. The teaser is called Vision of Bharat. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why, but I guess I'll find out. So the movie is called Bharat Ani Nenu. Did I pronounce that right? Bharat Ani Nenu. And the teaser title is called Vision of Bharat. All right. Let us check it out. I do have English subtitles, and we'll talk about it. DVV.
మామ నాకు మాట చెప్పింది. ఒకసారి ప్రామిస్ చేసి ఆ మాట తప్పితే యు ఆర్ నాట్ కాల్డ్ అ మ్యాన్ అని. ఎప్పటికీ ఆ మాట తప్పలేదు, మర్చిపోలేదు.
Manny Babu.
ప్రామిస్ చేయాల్సిన రోజు ఒకటి వచ్చింది. పెద్దదే కాదు, కష్టమైంది కూడా. భరత్ అని నేను.
Oh, that's his name. Okay.
కానీ ఎంత కష్టమైనా ఆ మాట కూడా తప్పలేదు. Because I'm a man. We are living in a society. ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళకి భయం, బాధ్యత ఉండాలి.
So is this going to be a masala film? So is this a... Manish Babu. So is this a masala film? Because it, you know, the action sequences kind of looked like it, but we got more of a character. This is more of like a character structure of the main guy, you know, Babu's character, Bharat. We don't have much of the story, mostly just like the teaser said, vision of Babu or vision of Bharat. We have some cool, I like that location. I like the overcast with the clouds and everything. It kind of tones it down. This bridge though, look at, oh, this bridge is crazy. I would not want to be on that bridge. It's falling apart. This is a neat sequence in a warehouse. This is probably before he starts beating up a bunch of people. Or this is him. He's talking to this group here in the bottom. But he's got guys behind him that are in a formation. Those might be cops. And the spotlights. I'm wondering about the spotlights. Are they maybe... like maybe he's doing a show. That's interesting. I'm curious about what this setup is. Like that location shot. Nice big long scene of the city. There's a nice big pool right there though. I like this one too. I like the trees. The trees have a lot of texture and movement. A lot of cool angles, and they're very wide. It looks pretty cool. I like the way that looks on film. But yeah, I mean, we saw that this one action sequence right here. Dust flies, car flies. So I think it's going to be a masala film. Plus, Manish has done masala films in the past. So that's what I am going to assume. Would like to see what some of the music is going to be. You know, if they're going to have song and dance in it, which I'm sure they will. I want to know. I would like to hear some of that. That would be cool. And I would like a full story trailer instead of just a character piece. But this is just a teaser, of course. So when the full trailer comes out, you guys got to let me know when the trailer comes out so I can check it out. Because I would be curious to know what the story is going to be. But comment below and let me know your thoughts. He is the chief minister. Ah. Or he gets... Now, does he get voted in the beginning of the movie and now he's changing things? Or is the story going to be him fighting to stop corruption and becomes the chief minister like halfway through the movie, and then it's the rest of the movie is about him changing everything? That's what I would think they would do. if they make him the chief minister, if he's a politician, that the first half of the movie is going to be things that he's noticed and corruption and stuff that's really bothered him, and then he gets voted in halfway through at like the interval, and then the second half is him fixing everything, kind of like Mudhalvin. I'm wondering if the story of Bharat Ani Nenu is going to kind of follow Mudhalvin a little bit. I mean, it's not going to be exact, of course. You know, he was only the minister for like one day, but I mean, the idea of a regular guy that sees all of the bad things and then does something about it. 2.0 makers are delaying the movie because they say they still got work on the VFX. Yeah. Almost 3 years now. Hollywood movies able to do bigger movies in less time. How? Because they hire insanely large crews. Lots and lots of people, and they outsource to many companies. And for some movies, they work, like for Star Wars, they work with Industrial Light and Magic because that's one of the Lucasfilm companies. And so they have it planned out already of how they're going to do that. Other movies, they hire a lot of smaller companies and have them do it, or they'll bring on a lot of visual effects people to work on the film and get a huge crew. Basically, they spend a lot of money. Probably money that they didn't need to spend. Hey, Chris, I think I missed half of that. Because I'm not sure what you're talking about with scripture. Spotlight location looks like a warehouse with holes in it. I was thinking about that, but if that's the case, then they didn't film it right, because like if you look at it, the circles are perfect circles, like spotlights. If they were holes in a ceiling, they wouldn't be perfect circles. So if they're supposed to be holes in the ceiling, I don't think they did a good job with the lighting of the scene. But I'm thinking it might be spotlights. But why would they have them in all these other locations? I don't know. I would like to see why it looks like that, but I'd probably have to watch the movie to get the context of where why the light is there. But I think you're right, it could be holes in the ceiling. I just think that they make them too perfect of circles like a spotlight when it shouldn't look like that. India is known as Bharat. Oh, you're telling me where the word comes from. Okay, I got you. You'll have to send me a message, Chris, with all that, because I think I missed like half of it. Do I think Shape of Water deserved the Best Film Award? I don't follow awards. I think they're all political, and you can pretty much buy it if you want. So I don't follow award shows that much. I think Shape of Water, I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it yet. I love Del Toro, and I trust him to make a good movie. So, probably. But I don't know. Really, I don't care about the awards. So, it doesn't matter to me if it won or... I know it won, but I don't really care. I don't care what wins awards. I mean, it's cool when the awards show give awards to good movies. That's always cool. but I don't care about the awards per se. Like, if I won an Academy Award for something, the only reason would be that someone spent a lot of money to, you know, put me in front of the, you know, spent a lot of money to promote me with the Academy so that I would win. That's why it's very political. You mean Captain? Malayalam film Captain? Yeah, I have it on the list here, but it came out a month ago. I want to do new trailers first. Nala, you're doing a good job. Well, thank you very much, Sintho. I appreciate it. What do you think about Jabby? I think he's a nice guy. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. I don't know. I don't have any grudge against him or anything like that. He has a lot of subscribers. I saw something that he did I think he did a vlog of him taking a dance lesson or something like that. And I thought that would be kind of cool to that he's doing like a dance lesson. That would be an interesting video, I think. Harry or Hari. Is it pronounced Harry or Hari? Man, you are just awesome. The trailer reaction review which you give for Bahubali is simply awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, Hari. Shout out. Hello. Yeah, I don't always point out minute things, but I usually just, when I do a trailer reaction, my review part is basically just whatever popped in my head of what I noticed at the time. And I talk until I'm done. So, I don't know what I'm going to say when I start the video for trailer reactions, but now I do them on these live streams. And again, I don't know what I'm going to say until I'm done talking. And I guess a lot of people say that I pick up on small details, which is pretty cool. So, Hari, not Harry. Okay. Hari, hello. What are my thoughts on Jabby's reviews of trailers and movies? I haven't watched many of his reviews of movies. I've seen some of his trailer reactions and stuff, but only of the big ones. Like, I don't watch very many other Indian reactors except for the big movies. Like Sergeant Rocco, I tell you, like, a lot of us are friends, but we don't watch each other's stuff just because we don't have the time. We're making stuff. So I do watch the big ones, though. Like, I'm curious to see what other YouTubers say about like a big movie like a Bahubali or a 2.0 or Padmavat, that kind of thing. I'll check out what their reactions are. But I haven't seen a lot of them. I think Jabby reviews things more of a bit more on the story base, gets into, like, he loves talking about fight choreography because that's what he did. But I think he's a nice guy. Jabby didn't like Spider. It's odd. I don't think it's odd. I think a lot of people I think there's a lot of people that don't like Spider. I liked it, but I didn't think it was the best movie ever. I think it was kind of, you know, in the upper part of the middle ground. I have not eaten jackfruit. No, I have not. Njan Marykutty first look teaser. I don't know what that is. Have not heard that one. But let us... Oh, it looks like ASR gave me the title. That's cool. Thank you. The first look. Thank you, ASR. Two days ago. Oh, my nose itches. Ah. Would you react on a web series? Well, I did Breathe. That's a web series, technically. It's on Amazon Prime. Dice Media, Little Things, and What the Folks. That's interesting. I'm not going to do it on this live stream. Maybe on Friday's live stream since I did this one on Monday night, well, I guess it's Tuesday now. There's not going to be very many days for new trailers to come out, so maybe I'll do it on the Friday stream. But we're getting at 2 hours now, so this is going to be the last one I do for tonight. Njan Marykutty first look teaser. So I'm not going to get to that Captain one that came out a month ago, but I will check it out on my own. For the person that sent me Captain, I will check it out on my own. But the live stream is getting over 2 hours, so this is going to be the last reaction that I do tonight. And then we'll just talk for a little bit. But what language is Njan Marykutty? What language is this one? Yeah, it's 1:10 in the morning. It's not really that late for me, though. I tend to be up late at night. This is Malayalam. Have I seen Mindhunter? Yes, I did. It's a very good show. I liked Mindhunter a lot. I didn't review it, though, but I watched it. Alright, let's take a look at the Malayalam first look teaser for Njan Marykutty. Am I saying that right? Njan Marykutty. 48 seconds, so not too long. I don't have any English subtitles, so if there's any dialogue, you guys will have to help me out. Soft light. Interesting. So, transgender character. Huh. Transgender character, that's different. Now the, no dialogue, so you don't have to worry about it. But you got a lot of soft light, very diffused soft light, hyper focus. This is very, very focused on him. Everything else is very blurry. It's what I like about kind of shots like that, especially in scenes like this, is because he's internalizing something, and so you're trying to show that the character is all in his own head. Nothing else matters. And that's why everything outside of it looks very out of focus. I like when they use visual cues to try and show what a character is going through. So they basically are just revealing the fact that he's transgender. What I would want to know is, does he do that in the movie? Does he go full on, or is it more of him internalizing the thoughts of this and having to deal with the fact that he is transgender but can't tell anyone? Because he has a beard, but his reflection is showing what he feels on the inside. So does he transform later on in the film and embrace that? Or is it just like a secret of his that he doesn't tell anybody? I would be curious to find out what happens with that. Yeah, that's different. That's different than a lot of Indian films that I've seen before. And I like different. I think different is fun. So, yeah. Cool. Thank you for telling me. I should review Mindhunter? Maybe. I remember watching it. I'd probably have to watch it again just because it's been a while. I saw it when it first came out. And then there's details of it that I probably don't know. I always love the last part of my video of the music. Like, yeah, it's silly, but it's fun. A lot of people like that. I like to be silly, so. Concentration levels tend to increase on late nights. I've always naturally been a night person, and so for me, being awake at night is normal. Sometimes I can't do it and I have to go to bed because I have things to do in the morning. Other times I just don't sleep very much. Yeah, I'm going to be working on cutting out the reactions when I'm done with the live stream. So they should be up, later tonight. Or in the next hours to come. Hopefully I can get them all before I go to sleep. But we'll see. I mean, we did a few. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 6. Wow, we did 6 tonight. That's a lot. Yeah, Nitin. I've had many people request Lucia and U-Turn and Condante. The other two I've only really heard of recently. No, I'm not going to be doing any more. The stream is already over 2 hours and I now have 6 reactions I've got to cut out. So it's going to be a long night already. But, hurry if you want to come on whenever I can do the stream on Friday, which I'll be posting about it on Friday when I can do it. It all depends on work schedule and stuff. Then pop over there and we'll see if we can do it then. Try and stay with current trailers just to stay relevant. To be offensive... Yeah, I'm not a super fast talker, and there's a lot of reactors that they'll write their reviews down or their reactions because sometimes people don't do true reactions, or after the reaction they'll go back and they'll figure out what they're going to say for the review, and then they say it really fast like a script. I don't do that. I talk at a my normal speed, but my normal speed is maybe a little slower than everybody else's. So I'm not offended by it. It's true. That's just who I am. All right, guys, if you... Yeah, I've heard many people have said that they were good movies. Thumbs up, Sentil. Alright, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream. I need to start trying to cut these trailers out. And thank you guys for sticking around. This has been a great stream. I had fun. We had a good amount of people. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. Should be doing the next stream on Friday, but you know, you'll want to get on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. I'm usually on Twitter mostly, but Facebook and Twitter the most, and I always post about when the next stream is coming when I find out, because usually it's that day that I'm able to find out when I can do it. All depends on schedule, and schedule changes all the time, so keep an eye out on the social medias. For those of you that were asking about American movies, I have all of that on the second channel if you want to go over to the Koricon Nerd, and links to everything, the channels, the social medias, the Patreon, the movie list, everything is in the description below of every video. So check that out. And yeah. Thank you guys. I will see you later. Bye.